This is my 5th Protection Paladin PVP video for patch 4.0. In particular, in this video, I want to discuss the changes in 4.0.3a, and you can see the big one here is that Protector of the Innocent no longer works off self-heal. So for Prot, it's now basically useless. So this video, I have footage from an Eye of the Storm. I'm fighting a Prot warrior here, and I just killed the hunter. And after the hunter goes down, I stun the warrior, and I have the Crusader buff up, which is a new addition to the Crusade DPS ability in the bottom of the ret tree. And what it does, if you get the killing blow on an opponent, your next Holy Light will heal for 300%. So you saw I got a nice crit Holy Light for almost 30k. So Holy Light in general doesn't have a lot of value, but when you get a Crusader proc, if you're able to free cast it, you can get a very large heal at a very low mana cost. So it is situationally very useful. Right here I made a mistake. I shouldn't have used Avenger's Shield on that hunter who was using a deflection and avoidance ability. I get CC'd, and as soon as I'm up, I go ahead and take a peek over at the Alliance graveyard here, and I see the res wave is up. So I'm looking for targets. You can see the health bars over my opponents, and I'm looking for a caster since I can't spot a healer here. I get on this lock, go ahead and use Avenger's Shield. He teleports out, but I finish him off with a Hammer of Wrath. Hammer of Wrath was also nerfed in this patch a bit. The base damage was reduced by 22%, so my crits are a little bit lower, but it still packs enough of a punch in my opinion as a finisher. So you see I switch targets here to a mage who is at half health, and it's really helpful to have the enemy health bars over you, and there's a nice option in the UI so you can both show the health bars of all friendlies and enemy classes, and you can also show the class of your opponents in those little health bars. So you can see here, like these are both warriors, and it really helps so you can figure out which target you want to pick. Right here, this warrior, I thought I was going to kill him with a Hammer of Wrath. It didn't work. I used a Judgment, and the other paladin finishes him off. So another nice change to the Prot tree. So right here, alright, so I'm on this Prot warrior is obviously very durable. I use Shield of the Righteous, and then I pop Divine Plea. So Divine Plea will now build 3 Holy Power instantly. So I've got a full tank of Holy Power. I come over to this lock it, Grand Crusader, use Avenger Shield, and then finish him with Shield of the Righteous. So Divine Plea is now, before 4.0.3a, it was pretty useless in patch 4.0 for Paladins, but for Prot Paladins, but thankfully with the change it's now useful again as an instant Holy Power generator, which you can either use for an instant Shield of the Righteous, or you can use it for wall healing. Just make sure that you unclick the Divine Plea buff because it will half your healing. And here's another example with Grand Crusader up. I go ahead and cast a Holy Light and it heals for 22k. There is a macro in my Prot PVP guide, a really simple macro. If you hit it once, it casts Divine Plea. You hit it again, it removes the buff. So if you want to have an emergency burst wog heal, you can hit Divine Plea macro, hit it again, and then hit wog right after. So just a moment ago, I was on a Paladin, Holy Paladin, who bubbled herself. So I'm just looking for different targets. I spot a rogue at low health. Again, these health bars are so helpful to have. This is all default UI functionality here. So I use Avenger Shield to get him to low health and then finish him with a Hammer of Wrath. Now I've been taking some focus fire. I popped Divine Protection a while ago. Right now I'm getting on this lock, so I use Avenger's Shield. He fears me. I break out of it, use the Racial Silence, and then follow with Avenger's Shield. So I'm trying to keep him chain CC to both limit his DPS and his CC options. I'm taking a lot of damage here, but I am getting healed. You notice I do have the resistance aura up. So a moment ago I got snared. I went ahead and popped Hand of Freedom to make sure that I can stay right on top of this lock and keep applying pressure. This lock's pretty well geared, so right there I get a 5900 Hammer of the Righteous, and then the Censure Dot actually finished him off. Censure has been nerfed in this patch, both the dot damage as well as the damage added to your attacks whenever you have 5 stacks up, so that's been nerfed quite a bit. And Crusader Strike has also been nerfed. The Wrath of the Lightbringer talent has been increased, but the base damage of Crusader Strike has been decreased. So net what you'll see with Crusader Strike is less damage than you did before patch 4.03a. Overall, what I've noticed with Prot is our burst damage capabilities are still pretty good. Our sustained damage has taken quite a bit of a hit, but I think all things considered, it's reasonable. You'll see at the end of this battleground, I end up getting the most killing blows out of anyone. So we can still pack a punch. This mage here makes a mistake. He should have stole my Avenger's Wrath, but I come over, use the Racial Silence ability to shut off his ability cast and his pets, use Avenger's Shield, and then he makes a mistake here. He Frost Novas me, but he's too close, so I hit him with Shield of the Righteous to get him under Hammer of Wrath range and then get a nice 9600 crit. So this friendly druid is taking a lot of focus fire. I go ahead and put Hand of Protection on him to reduce the physical damage, and I was trying to heal him up, but unfortunately, this Holy Pally hit him with a Hammer of Wrath and finished him off. So this is a 1 versus 3 right now, fighting this Holy Paladin, a Prot Warrior, and a Hunter. And I know that I've got my Divine Shield and Lay on Hand, so I've got my Divine Shield up in case I need it, and this Paladin is bubbled, so I'm basically waiting till the bubble wears off, get a Grand Crusader proc, use Avenger's Shield, and then get the finish there with Hammer of Wrath. Go ahead and bubble myself, so now it was a 1v3, it turned into a 1v4, it's back down to 1v3 again. And then I go ahead and get on the mage, and again, the reason why I do this is, as a caster, since I can silence him, I can limit his DPS. Alright, so this mage is kiting away here, and then that's in the end scenario. So I end up finishing 5th overall in damage, but 1st overall in killing blows with 18. And remember, when you get those killing blows, if you have Crusade talent, it will buff your next Holy Light cast. So you can't really do it in combat unless you're not being targeted, but it is a useful change, as was the addition of the Holy Power generation for Divine Plea. And you'll see here, I still finished tops among non-pure healers with about 250k healing. So you can see the full list of changes to Prot in this patch on my blog, so go ahead and check it out, and please rate the video if you enjoyed it.